Good evening, viewers. Exactly a week ago, compelling video evidence surfaced linking the Congress to data chore firm, Cambridge Analytica. The visuals you will now see on your screens are of a photo frame with the Congress hand clearly visible in the office cabin of Cambridge Analytica boss Alexander Nix when he was giving an interview to independent journalist Jamie Bartlett. Now, this visual that you will see on your screens was part of a documentary that was broadcast on the BBC almost 6 to 8 months back. Moments after Times Now report, the Congress party dismissed the video as a photoshopped effort on part of the BJP's bucks to discredit Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. Listen to these fervent denials from the Congress. We will play them out to you when the Congress party told us that the poster at the back of Alexander Nix on his office wall did not indicate that they were clients of Cambridge Analytica, a firm that is being today investigated for data fraud, theft, and brainwashing of voters. Let's play out these denials first.
Indian National Congress or the Congress President have never used and never hired the services of the company called Cambridge Analytica mentioned by the Union Law Minister. Cambridge Analytica was hired and was used in the 2014 Lok Sabha polls to bring down the Congress government.
It's very clear and categorical that Congress party has not used their services. Whoever has used, they should find out.
Well, today the Congress might have a lot of explaining to do. Jamie Bartlett, angered by the accusation, has gone on record for the first time virtually accusing the Congress of character assassination. Here are the hard facts. Up front, as always, Jamie Bartlett goes public with damning confirmation, takes on Congress in first ever interview to the media, stands by video linking Congress to Cambridge Analytica, describes Congress Photoshop accusation as a ridiculous one, confirms he never expected to see Congress party poster in Alexander Nix office, and when he did, he was quite interested by that because it conveyed to him that Cambridge Analytica had obviously lent itself to the services of people beyond Europe, beyond the United Kingdom. Today, Jamie Bartlett has spoken to Times Now and admitted anxiety on divisiveness of targeted messaging. He says organizations such as Cambridge Analytica mine data to manipulate the minds of voters, especially those that are vulnerable. He also dares the Congress to answer questions on the alleged link-up with Cambridge Analytica, saying that it must come out and come clean on talks of this link, which he says have only become stronger after the claims of the whistleblower and the emergence of that photograph of a Congress poster in Alexander Nix's office. Alexander Nix, of course, is the boss of Cambridge Analytica, the company that is under investigation for some of the most devious practices that are known as of now with regards to the electoral scene in any country. Listen now to Jamie Bartlett as he speaks to Times Now's Jonathan.
Obviously, in this fake news era, every claim has a counterclaim, however ludicrous. Some people have suggested that this footage has simply been manipulated and photoshopped for political purposes. Can you refute that categorically?
I honestly, that is a ridiculous claim, and because we filmed this several months ago, we had no interest in a way in in the story that has now occurred in India. We didn't even think about it. We were just there for the US story. And so it was brought to my attention that this was circulating, this video, and that some people were saying it had been doctored and that it had been changed or photoshopped. And I thought, that's ridiculous. I mean, I remember it. I remember being in the room and seeing it. But I thought, you know, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you, of course. So I went back to the original footage, I double-checked, and sure enough, there it was. So the reason I kind of got involved in the debate online was not because I had any political points to score, but because I just wanted the truth to be out there, that no, that was not photoshopped, that is the footage that we took at the time. And so I can categorically say that is an accurate picture, it's the truth of what was on the wall on that day.
You've heard Jamie Bartlett standing by his own report. Jonathan Gilbert now joins us. Jonathan, you spoke with Jamie. Jamie seems to be entirely convinced of the truth of that photo that has been framed in the offices of Alexander Nix.
Look, I don't think there's any question whatsoever that that poster is what it was. I met Jamie yesterday, he looked me straight in the eye, looked down the barrel of the camera, as you just heard in your interview there, and he categorically promises that that poster was on the wall when he and his cameraman filmed it. He even said, just to reassure himself, he went back to his rushes, his original rushes, to check, and yes, there it was. So I think any claim, any ludicrous claim that this footage was somehow photoshopped or manipulated should be treated with the contempt it deserves. What the poster was doing on the wall, that's another question entirely, and that's surely a question that the Congress has to answer. But whether it was on the wall or not is simply beyond dispute.
Well, Jonathan, you would agree that in your interview, as this expose gets bigger, as we reveal more facets of what Jamie has told us, you will agree that he says the probability, at one point he says to you, the probability of a link-up increases after what the whistleblower told us, and the emergence of this poster on the back of Alexander Nix's office wall.
Yes, we have to be very careful here. There is clearly no smoking gun here as yet, but let's put the pieces of this puzzle together. Christopher Wiley, the Cambridge Analytica whistleblower, has circulated documents which are almost certainly credible that seem to show that Cambridge Analytica did indeed work for various parties in various local electoral processes in states such as Uttar Pradesh, we understand Bihar and Rajasthan, amongst others. Then we have the CEO, the old Etonian CEO of Cambridge Analytica, welcoming him into the office with this poster prominently displayed on the wall. It's a question of joining the dots. I'm not here to say categorically that's what the truth is, but, you know, let's apply a little bit of logic and common sense here, shall we say.
Okay, so thanks indeed, Jonathan, for joining us here on the broadcast. We will play out more aspects of this interview that's been given to us by Jamie Bartlett. But at this moment, an obvious question arises, and I want to pose that question to the panel that's joined us. And that question is, will the Congress party now accept, perhaps, that it has misled about its links to Cambridge Analytica? And let's throw this open. Let's take this step by step. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP with us. And we also have with us Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist who often stands with the Congress on certain issues. Now, Ashutosh Mishra, after what you've just heard, we've confronted the individual who shot that documentary. It's the first time he's spoken. He's being very careful. He's not jumping to conclusions. But he says that I have no motive. I am not another politician. I am actually a journalist in quest of the truth. And when my journalism was called into question, when it was suggested that the footage had been doctored, photoshopped by Congress supporters, by Congress leaders, and these links have been denied, I thought it duty-bound to step up to the plate and give this interview. It complicates issues, doesn't it, Mr. Mishra, for the Congress party? They're not looking very good.
So what does this interview right now show? It simply
shows that Alexander Nix
what
and the Congress
saying,
party have a irrefutable association.
No, it just shows that Alexander Nix has a poster of hand in his office. Does it in any way prove that he was hired by Congress party?
Sir, why would he be having the Congress no, it's for the Congress to answer. Because the Congress has constantly come out and suggested that this was photoshopped evidence through its sources, through its supporters.
What has been the official line of the Congress?
The official line of the Congress is very clear. We have never hired the services of Cambridge Analytica.
And does this...
Simple. You have today a whistleblower who has come out and said very clearly that yes, there were linkages between Cambridge Analytica's subsidiary company as well as the Congress party. And they date back... They have come out and cast doubts. They have come out and cast doubts on the veracity of this footage. Their supporters have done so. So I'm simply asking you, Ashutosh Mishra, I'm simply asking you, what is it about this footage? What is it about this linkage that is making the Congress so defensive? Let me open this up. Let me open this up. I want to open this out because this is an important point.
But I don't see where Congress being on the defensive here.
You can't junk the honest journalism of an individual and then come out and say that, you see, this is all a BJP machination. You heard Randeep Singh Surjewala. Are you suggesting that Mr. Jamie Bartlett was employed by the BJP 8-9 months back to defame the Congress party?
We have been hearing a case where there was a billionaire, NRI billionaire.
Are you in your serious mind, sir? You think the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, would lend itself through an independent journalist? No, let me bring in the BJP on this. Let me ask the BJP, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, are you paying journalists in England that are perhaps being employed by other very prestigious media organizations to run documentaries to slander the Congress party?
Rahul, can I ask a question?
No, 1 minute.
And can I ask a question to BJP and everybody?
No, 1 second. Relax. We'll come out to you.
First of all, I'm not a Congress spokesperson.
Now I'll come out to you.
Getting exposed. Don't
get beyond yourself. No, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Look, there's a charge that is being made. You have an individual called Ashutosh Mishra who says that it's not beyond
Rahul,
the realm of probability that the BJP could have done it. So I'm asking the BJP. Let me ask the BJP. No, you said it.
Don't put words in my mouth.
You said there was this millionaire, there is this billionaire.
There is a billionaire who was supposed to help defeat Congress.
So are you saying that the BJP would go to the extent of hiring independent journalists who are making documentaries for prominent business houses in the UK so that they can frame the Congress? I want to bring in Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi to respond to this serious charge.
Actually, Congress is in such a pathetic condition. They are now speechless, having no fact to speak about it. So that's why they have gone in a habit of putting these type of ridiculous allegations.
Around the world?
I would like to remind,
when Guido
has given his statement in the Italian court, what was the statement of Congress? This was some sort of understanding with the BJP and the Italian court. Is it so? The fact is, whenever the problem is, the Congress is always having some problem from foreign.
You please answer the question, Dr. Trivedi. The charge is the BJP pays
the Volcker report of 2006, in which the BJP paid to Congress. The BJP pays external state foreign Italian code
to destabilize the Congress. You need to answer this charge.
Whether it is Otalio
Yes, no.
statement, whether it is Anderson, and now it is Cambridge Analytica's statement. भैया मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूं, ये जब भी कभी बाहर कुछ घटित होता है, इसका कनेक्शन कांग्रेस से क्यों निकल आता है? मुझे इसका जवाब दीजिए ना. एक एक चीज का आप अलग अलग एक्सप्लेनेशन देंगे. आई हैव काउंटेड
आपसे भी निकला.
एवरी टाइम कांग्रेस गेट
कनेक्टेड. जो घटित हुआ है उसका कनेक्शन आपसे भी निकला है. अलेक्जेंडर निक्स ने अवनीश राय ने बताया है. अलेक्जेंडर निक्स जो है 2012 में एनआरआई के कहने पे कांग्रेस पार्टी को डिफीट करना चाहते थे. 2014 में कौन जीता? अमरीश त्यागी कौन है? ओबीआई किसकी?
अरे भाई आपने तो 2004 तक बोल दिया था बीजेपी के लिए, जिस 2004 में सोशल मीडिया था ही नहीं।
काम कर रहे थे।
Gentlemen, 1 minute. Gentlemen, no, 1 second. This is going to get more and more complicated for the Congress party. This doesn't end here.
JDU and BJP Gathbandhan to win in Bihar.
No, 1 second. Faisal Mustafa, 1 second, sir.
Sudhanshu ji, would you answer my question, sir?
Arey bhai, whatever you are saying is just an allegation.
Sir, my name is
and whatever is come on the screen is an irrefutable proof for which you are unable to say anything. You should say that this person is saying wrong, say yes or no. If you are saying that this video is wrong, say yes or no.
You people are the
now those things are falling
has become an evil space.
on the
You people have
There is a man called Christopher Wiley. There is a man called Christopher Wiley who has gone on record in front of the British Parliament, sir, under oath to say that the Congress contracted Cambridge Analytica, or a subsidiary of Cambridge Analytica. There it is. Congress given poll presentation in Bihar. There's a dossier that we have. You have an individual called Christopher Wiley who is perjuring himself if he's lying. Why would he do this? He's also paid by the BJP.
You are talking about
So is he also paid by the BJP? I'm asking you a question.
The JDU, son of a JDU leader is connected there, and the SIL analysis that was carried out was for Bihar.
Sir, please, I'm only asking a very simple question on the back of an independent journalist making a very independent claim. He's heard today that his journalism is being questioned. Rajiv Desai on this show exactly a week ago, and Rajiv Desai has been affiliated with the Congress party in the past, came out and questioned Mr. Jamie Bartlett's intent by suggesting it was photoshopped. So Jamie Bartlett goes back, checks his footage. He's angry, he's speaking to us. In fact, Bartlett hasn't just confirmed that the Congress had lied about the image, but he's also called on the party to come out and answer the question about whether they worked with Cambridge Analytica, because the facts, he says, when you add them up, become more and more believable, convincing.
The BJP has worked with Cambridge Analytica.
1 second, let me play this up.
One-to-one with Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Rahul, let me
I have some questions to him.
I'll just bring you in, Faizan. I'll just bring you in. Give me 30 seconds. Jamie Bartlett speaking again. Listen to this.
Do you think, we talk in legal terms about sort of balance of probability and so on. Obviously there's no hard and fast proof, but do you think that combined with Christopher Wiley's revelations would indicate that there's a high likelihood they did work for the Congress party?
That's probably something you've got to put to them, but I suppose in my experience, seeing as it was several months ago when this controversy didn't arise in India, nobody mentioned it to me at the time when we put this film out in August 2017. I think both Cambridge Analytica and the Congress Party should answer the question about whether or not they did work with them.
Now the question from Bartlett, you can call it a question or a dare, isn't in isolation. It raises another important question. If it has no links, if the Congress Party has no links, why today are independent journalists, why do they suspect that Congress worked with Cambridge Analytica? How is it that the whole world here, including Christopher Wiley, a whistleblower, is convinced, but not you? I'm asking you, Ashutosh Mishra. Why?
Yeah, because like him, I'm a journalist too. And for me, till the facts are totally proven.
So this man goes and does a sting. He goes and does a sting where Alexander Nix says, and listen to what he said, that you have a situation where they can get political opponents of their clients entrapped in fake bribery scandals. No, they claim, I'll come to you, Mr. Nakwa, 1 minute. They claim they can use the services of Ukrainian sex workers to get politicians honey-trapped. They say elections are won on emotions and fears and not on facts. He went on to claim that Cambridge Analytica had mastered the art of manipulating people's fears and emotions, and they did it successfully in US elections. This is very serious. Sadhvi Khosla, this is very serious. Is that the reason why today the Congress party goes to such lengths to deny any linkages?
Yeah, Rahul. Rahul, I've been listening to everyone. Now, kindly, allow me to speak, and please do not interrupt me. I don't know this issue, how big it is, and whether it's going to rock the political circles or not. But I think for us as a country, there are much more pressing issues which are affecting the common man. And I'm surprised, shocked that nobody in the government and the media are talking about it. I want to ask you, and I want to ask the BJP spokespeople here, that are they even aware of the massive hike in the petrol and diesel prices? Are they even bothered about that? Now coming to your
Sadhvi
Cambridge
Khosla.
Analytica.
Sadhvi
okay,
Khosla.
I'm sure they don't have answer to what I'm going to ask them.
Petrol with water. They don't mix. No, please. Petrol doesn't mix with water. You answer me the question. This is very serious. Are you trying to suggest that this is any less serious? If someone has employed an organization such as Cambridge Analytica that is known. No, let me tell you what Jamie Bartlett has said. No, excuse me. Excuse me.
The point is very clear. The point is very clear that Cambridge Analytica.
Trivial? I'm asking you, Mr. Jararia. Jamie Bartlett says, we know from advertising that emotion is often the key to that, and they are quite about that. Emotion is sometimes positive and hopeful, but yes, it can also be about exploiting fears and concerns and prejudices and worries, and that does worry me generally.
Rahul,
because I think it will make for a much more divisive society. If someone is playing divide and rule, pitting Indians against Indians, is that trivial?
Exactly.
That's anti-national. Come on, Mr. Jararia, tell me.
I'm for a very long time.
I am very much concerned about this divide India
the media hype.
We have debated it several times. Several times on your channel, other channels also.
So complete Analytica. So complete.
Now my only concern is.
And now,
so we have enough evidence against Congress. We are coming to a fact that we have enough
Congress needs to
evidence against Congress.
Doesn't Congress? I'm asking you.
Acting?
Can I ask you a question?
Why BJP is not acting?
So you keep putting the onus on the BJP. I'm asking you a simple question, sir. Can I ask you a question? Simple question. Do you not think that for the basic intention of convincing the public that one of India's oldest national parties is not today dividing people along caste, religious and other denominations.
Is it a criminal offense or not?
Can I just ask you a question, sir, please? I'm asking you my question. Sir, please allow me. 1 minute.
Mr. Shivshankar,
1 minute, Faisal, please. Allow me. Don't you think they owe an explanation as to why the Congress poster is hanging in the office of a man who runs one of the most insidious organizations in this world?
I think Congress has already answered it. I think they have denied the connections. Now this is the onus on the government.
It needs to explain that photograph. Why is it explaining the presence of the photograph? Why are people like
they should file a complaint?
Why are its supporters?
Why is not filing a complaint? I need to ask you.
Okay, let's ask the BJP.
That poster has the same value as Nirav Modi standing with Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Exactly.
Really? You think so?
Exactly so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask that question. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, if it comes to two posters,
Mr. Devanish, you can raise this point in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Your MPs can raise this matter in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha.
Yes,
but the question is, they're running away from a debate on this.
The question is, as far as, though this is a very peculiar and ridiculous logic, but still I will answer. As far as the photo with Nirav Modi is concerned, it was never denied by government or the party. It was said that just he was not the part of the Indian delegation. He was there in his own capacity. And in this case, it is consistently denied by Congress party, and now the facts are coming to contrary or stark in contrast to the Congress has said.
Alexander Nix is there. He should answer. Congress doesn't have to answer this. They have already answered it.
One more thing I would like to ask.
जब मोदी जी मेहुल चौकसी को मेहुल भाई बोलते हैं तो मोदी जी की रिस्पांसिबिलिटी पीएनबी बैंक की नहीं बनती, वो आप मानते हैं? लेकिन राहुल गांधी का पंजा लगा
तो नीरव मोदी की
राहुल गांधी
एग्जीबिशन को इनॉग्रेट करने के लिए इंपीरियल होटल में राहुल गांधी नहीं जाते हैं क्या? राहुल गांधी तो स्पेशल चीफ गेस्ट बन के गए इंपीरियल होटल में इनॉग्रेशन करने के लिए. इसलिए don't digress to that topic.
Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Listen to this man. Okay, 1 minute.
Specifically on this
topic.
No,
you have to answer.
Do not try to divert the issue.
No, but Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, why not then? If this is such a dangerous ploy that is being employed by the Congress party, why not file a case? The Congress has
precisely to this Cambridge Analytica.
Okay, gentlemen, you can't speak over each other here. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm holding this. 1 second. Let's blow the faders. Everyone is speaking over each other. I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to play out once again. I'm going to play out once again what Jamie Bartlett has told Times Now. He's broken his silence. This is an independent journalist who produced a documentary 6 to 8 months ago, which was aired on BBC, a very reputable news organization. It was done before Cambridge Analytica was exposed. Now, he says that the photographic evidence may or may not be a smoking gun, but it certainly begs certain questions of the Congress party. And the Congress party needs to answer a very specific question tonight. Why is Alexander Nix got a photograph of the Congress poster in his office if the Congress is not a client? Jamie Bartlett wants the answer. India wants to know. We're going to play out this. Listen.
Obviously, in this fake news era, every claim has a counterclaim, however ludicrous. Some people have suggested that this footage has simply been manipulated and photoshopped for political purposes. Can you refute that categorically?
I honestly, that is a ridiculous claim, and because we filmed this several months ago, we had no interest in a way in the story that has now occurred in India. We didn't even think about it. We were just there for the US story. And so it was brought to my attention that this was circulating, this video, and that some people were saying it had been doctored and that it had been changed or photoshopped. And I thought, that's ridiculous. I mean, I remember it. I remember being in the room and seeing it. But I thought, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you, of course. So I went back to the original footage, I double-checked, and sure enough, there it was. So the reason I kind of got involved in the debate online was not because I had any political points to score, but because I just wanted the truth to be out there, that no, that was not photoshopped, that is the footage that we took at the time. And so I can categorically say that is an accurate picture, it's the truth of what was on the wall on that day.
Do you think, we talk in legal terms about sort of balance of probability and so on. Obviously there's no hard and fast proof, but do you think that combined with Christopher Wiley's revelations would indicate that there's a high likelihood they did work for the Congress party?
That's probably something you've got to put to them. When we put this film out in August 2017, I think once you combine that with the claims made by Christopher Wiley, at the very least it suggests that both Cambridge Analytica and the Congress Party should answer the question about whether or not they did work with them.
It's clear as crystal. He's putting the onus on the Congress.
Mr. Shivshankar, I have a question, please, sir. Let me put my point across, sir.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Let me
okay, this question is directly to Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Not once but twice in the video.
Sudhanshu Trivedi Sahab, Avanish Rai, co-founder of SCL, says in 2012, OBI, which is owned by Amrish Tyagi, son of KC Tyagi, which has close links with Cambridge Analytica, that worked for BJP during UP elections. OBI was collecting booth-wise data. OBI was collecting booth data, age-wise and caste-wise, and was handed over to one person called Sanjay Joshi, who is an RSS functionary, who was the chief coordinator of UP elections at that time. Himanshu Sharma said he had BJP in 2014. He worked for BJP. He worked for BJP in 4 other elections. Smriti Irani was following Cambridge Analytica on Twitter. Your Amit Malviya, head of BJP IT cell, calls Cambridge Analytica a powerful tool. You people have been working with Cambridge Analytica, and today you have the audacity to refute it. You people were working with Cambridge Analytica. You people have misused. You people have misused internet. You people are the reason why we have internet trolls who troll people, who abuse people, who troll women.
Dr. Trivedi, multiple questions. 1 minute, Mr. Nakwal, come to you. Dr. Trivedi, go ahead. Multiple questions to you from Faizan.
Now I want to ask, as far as the following is concerned, अरे भाई मैं भी अरविंद केजरीवाल को भी फॉलो करता हूं, इसका मतलब मैं उनका सपोर्टर हो गया क्या? Just to see what is happening and what they are saying. Now, coming to that aspect, not only Amrish Tyagi, if you go by 2014, there were more than 1,000 of people, more than 1,000 of companies who have claimed that they have done the work for BJP. अरे भाई क्या तरीका है बहस करने का? Rahul, what is this way? When I am answering, then again he started.
Faizan Kidwai, listen to you. You asked him. No, you asked him. See, you asked him 3 or 4 questions. Now at least give him the time to respond. I'll give you the time to rebut. Don't worry. Allow me. Yes, Doctor.
Ahead of Congress in social media. Is it not said since the emergence of social media, you people criticize that there is a strong right-wing army which keeps on putting questions on social media? So the question arises, does BJP need this? No. BJP is said to have a committed cadre since 50-60 years. So does BJP need this? No. It was the dire need of Congress party. I am giving an analytical answer. भाई आप डिस्टर्ब मत करिए, प्लीज ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. क्या आप कंटिन्यूअस डिस्टर्ब करते रहेंगे? आपने पूछा मुझे पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट आंसर दे रहा हूं, उसके बाद आप जवाब दीजिए. नहीं सर. सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन होता है, who needs this? BJP never needs it, because the answer lies in your answer that BJP was consistently way ahead in social media. So we do not need it. Second thing, the needle of suspicion. Here Rahul Gandhi goes abroad and becomes absconding. Where is he? There is no news. That creates another suspicion. And third suspicion, in the last 1 year or so, it is said, now Congress has also managed to get good things in social media. They have also managed well the social media. These three circumstantial...
Okay, let me respond to you very quickly. Faizan Kidwai.
Suspicion needle more towards
Mr. Bartlett is going to come up with another remark that is going to worry the Congress party.
He gives a presentation. He shows a software that can crawl into Election Commission's database and pull out data so that you people can identify the voters and use your army of volunteers to influence the minds of the voters.
What are we debating here? This is very big.
Is it
1 second. What are we debating here? Let's know the faders. I want to quickly bring in many viewers tuning into this broadcast, and I need to quickly update them. There is a serious problem. The problem is that the Congress party had come out and denied all links to Cambridge Analytica. When some footage appeared recently showing that Congress's posters were hanging in the boss of Cambridge Analytica's office cabin, there you can see it. The Congress party, through some of its proxies, came out and said that this was photoshopped. The man who made this documentary, who interviewed Alexander Nix, the boss of Cambridge Analytica, was so upset that the Congress party, through some of its proxies, had tried to bring his reputation into disrepute that he decided to speak to Times Now to set the record straight. This man, Jamie Bartlett, has come out and said it's ridiculous for anyone, even remotely associated with the Congress party, to question his integrity. He in fact has come out and said that, taken with the statement of the whistleblower, this poster raises questions that must be answered by the Congress party as to what its associations with Cambridge Analytica are. Now remember, Cambridge Analytica is no ordinary data crunching firm. It is today being investigated for basically brainwashing voters by preying on their anxieties and their worst fears, by pitting them against others, by dividing this country to play divide and rule like the British did. Now, more worryingly for the Congress party, Bartlett confirms that the nature of services provided by Cambridge Analytica to its clients was about exploiting fears to influence and divide voters. Listen to this man. He has investigated Cambridge Analytica. Listen to him. And he is speaking for the first time to any Indian news organization. Listen to him.
You use the word fears, and this is very pertinent, isn't it? Because that's one of Cambridge Analytica's big claims, is that they can influence people emotionally, you know, viscerally in a way. Yeah. And some of these documents appear to show they've been doing research into the caste system. This is incredibly sinister and divisive, wouldn't you say?
I worry generally about the use of highly targeted messaging and detailed profiling of citizens because it can be quite divisive, because you're firing specific messages at specific people and groups which will often play on their weaknesses and exploit their emotional vulnerabilities. I mean, a lot of this is about persuasion. It's trying to persuade people that weren't voting to vote. Yeah. And we know from research, we know from advertising, that emotion is often the key to that, and they're quite explicit about that. And emotion is sometimes positive and hopeful, but yes, it can also be about exploiting fears and concerns and prejudices and worries. And that does worry me generally, because I think it can make for a much more divisive society.
Did you hear Jamie Bartlett? Jamie Bartlett today coming out and making it very clear that firms like Cambridge Analytica prey on the fears and anxieties of people, then they manipulate them against one another. The confirmation that the data is mined by firms like Cambridge Analytica to play on fears and divide population casts a shadow on Congress Party's real intentions, if that is, they employed Cambridge Analytica. And it begs the question, does Congress Party, no, I don't know if it's a big if anymore. The onus is on the Congress to come up. And it begs the question, does Congress Party deny its links to Cambridge Analytica because it knows that it was a firm that specialized in dividing Indians for votes? Is that the reason why the Congress Party today denies it? I want you to answer, Sadhvi Khosla, this direct question.
Alexander Nix.
You need to answer this question, Sadhvi Khosla. Is the Congress disowning Cambridge Analytica today because it knows that Cambridge Analytica is a specialist in divide and rule?
The Khuni Panja is in the video.
It's amazing that the media and the BJP are expecting Congress Party to answer on Cambridge Analytica, but the BJP will not answer on Nirav Modi's 11,600 worth scam. It's amazing.
Rahul,
now let me answer you on Cambridge Analytica and to all those who are sounding silent on the big data. Do you really think that a data analytica company like Cambridge Analytica has the power to influence the voters in India at either the local or the national level? Those are
if it can influence workers in America, if it can influence voters in other nations of this world, why are political parties paying crores and lakhs of rupees to the individuals? Because they like Alexander Nix face, उनकी शक्ल पसंद आती है राहुल गांधी को, इसलिए उनके साथ वो लिंकिंग करते हैं, अगर करते हैं तो No, what kind of an answer is that, Sadhvi Khosla? We know these people. We know what they're capable of. You just heard Jamie Bartlett. He's telling you.
There are caste
Congress is doing divide and rule, nothing else.
There are gender factors.
Bogi, do you know, sir, day before yesterday, there was an agitation by Dalits. Do you know that there were a large number of influencers who were telling them, you go up there and you take badla from upper caste? Do you know that? Do you know that? No, you tell me, Janata. Aren't there influencers today who work doubly hard? Who work doubly hard? Come on. You know.
Who's calling for 10th April Bandh? You need to answer that also. Who's asking? Now, if your journalism is that much capable, just find out.
Okay.
I'm just telling you the dates. People are calling for 10th April Bandh. Just find out the names. Who's calling them?
We'll find out, sir. We'll find out. But that means you're proving my point that there are people who can use social media, who can exploit vulnerable segments of society. That's the problem. Is that the reason why the Congress is denying this? No, I'm asking you. Because they know. I want to play this out again. No, pay attention. Pay attention to what Mr. Bartlett has said. Listen to this. He is not some politician from the BJP, from the Congress, from the RSS, from the Shiv Sena. He is nobody. He is a what he says. Let's play it out again. Let's play out the third comment that Mr. Bartlett has made exclusively for the first time to Times Now. I want to play it out.
You use the word fears, and it's very pertinent, isn't it? Because that's one of Cambridge Analytica's big claims, is that they can influence people emotionally, you know, viscerally in a way. Yeah. And some of these documents appear to show they've been doing research into the caste system. This is incredibly sinister and divisive, wouldn't you say?
I worry generally about the use of highly targeted messaging and detailed profiling of citizens because it can be quite divisive, because you're firing specific messages at specific people and groups which will often play on their weaknesses and exploit their emotional vulnerabilities. I mean, a lot of this is about persuasion. It's trying to persuade people that weren't voting to vote. And
there you go. Persuading people, targeting them. This is an expertise. Suresh Nakwa, I want to come out to you. Do you believe today that the Congress party denies its links because it knows what a dark organization Cambridge Analytica is? Is that the reason why it's such pains to even try to discredit through its proxies people like Jamie Bartlett?
Rahul, see, however much they deny, but the truth is out. Christopher Wylie, in his deposition to British House of Commons, has clearly said that Congress was their client. Now, if you see Divya Spandana, Congress social media head, had given an interview to another journalist where she clearly accepts that Cambridge Analytica has made a pitch to them. Now, in the office of Alexander Nix, you see a poster of Congress, and it appears twice in the आप इनको हटाइए. If you see Manishankar Iyen's blog, if you read Manishankar Iyen's blog published during Gujarat election, he clearly says that they are doing back channel talks in Pakistan even today.
And what is that?
So it's clear Congress wants to divide the country. Congress is building.
I am asking a basic question here. Does Congress party deny its alleged links to Cambridge Analytica because it knows that it was a firm that specialized in dividing people for votes? And I want to ask you, Faizan Kidwai, are political parties, especially parties like the Congress, who pride themselves as being secularist, today denying their alleged links because there is something dark and dangerous about these companies? I'm asking you, Faizan Kidwai, answer. Answer me today.
Ask me, sir. Sorry, didn't get you. What you're saying?
It's a very straight question. Does Congress party deny its alleged links to Cambridge Analytica because it knows that it was a firm that specialized in dividing Indians for votes? Very simple.
Sir, first of all, Mr. Shivshankar, I'm not a Congress party spokesperson. I'm not authorized to speak on their behalf, so I won't. But as far as ethics are concerned, the question goes to BJP as well.
Bring out the proof.
On OBS website, BJP is also mentioned.
Sir, it is
on the website. On OBS website, the proof is Alexander Nix said.
It is a poster
Alexander Nix said that in 2014 he worked to defeat Congress party after being funded by an NRI.
He never said that.
Himanshu Sharma
he never said that. No, that's a lie. You show me the quote. 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 That's an absolute lie. That is an absolute lie. It was not Mr. Alexander Nix. Alexander Nix has to appear before this panel in a few days. आप कौन सी दुनिया में रह रहे हैं? Where are you cooking this up from?
Mr.
It is an irresponsible statement, sir.
Please answer.
It's a libelous statement.
BJP cannot play holier than thou.
You are making a libelous statement tonight on India Upfront, sir. You are spinning a vicious lie.
Where is the proof?
Say yes.
Where is the
vicious
proof?
lie?
You can show it on TV. You are saying if you are having any proof on your mobile.
Because Christopher Wiley is risking his life.
Again,
He's going to go to jail if he's lying. He says he has the proof. He submitted the proof. Mr. Devashri Jararia, Paul Oliver is a man who was in council. He was not on earth. He was sitting on the side when he made this claim, and he said, I think, I'm quoting reports. He didn't even say he knew. आप झूठ क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Why are people lying today?
I asked the Indian journalist to explore that.
No, I want to play out. 1 second. You know, you pay attention to this. Explore that. On a rumor? How can on a rumor explore a possibility?
You are also relying on a person you can't trust.
Who?
How we can trust?
Why should I not trust Mr. Jamie Bartlett?
No, the first person who has made this statement.
Christopher Wiley is an employee of Cambridge Analytica. He's turned into a whistleblower. He's reporting on earth.
I want my authority.
He is. It's a sworn affidavit. वो बाइबल पे वो अपने हाथ बाइबल पे डाल के कसम खा के बोल रहे हैं. He's taking an oath. He's taking an oath, sir.
Ask him when he's going to.
Because sir, Christopher Wiley, no, I'm asking you, why does Christopher Wiley want to go to jail on behalf of the BJP? You tell me this.
He could be paid.
He could be paid. What
Yes,
an outlandish. Where is the proof? Show me the proof. Okay.
But what is the proof that
Let me ask. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, are you paying Christopher Wiley to go to jail by lying? I'm asking you, you must answer this question since everyone is asking this question tonight.
Bhai, dekhiye, if somebody has started talking absurd without having any proof, then what I can do? अब जब कोई लॉजिक नहीं बचा तो इस लॉजिक के ऊपर है. अब मैं एक बात और सब्सटेंशियल कहता हूँ. Do you remember this type of havoc and emotional misinformation can create on internet or on social media? You remember several years back, देवाशीष जी एक मिनट सुन लीजिए.
जी सुनाइए.
एक मिनट सुनिए. कुछ साल पहले की आपको घटना याद है जब कुछ मुस्लिमों के बारे में एक फोटो सर्कुलेट हुई कि दे आर द रोहिंग्या मुस्लिम्स किल्ड एंड देयर वाज अ राइट फ्रॉम लखनऊ, कानपुर, इलाहाबाद, कलकत्ता एंड इन मुंबई आजाद मैदान एंड सब्सिक्वेंटली इट वाज फाउंड कि वो सुनिए वो लोग क्या थे. ये उस जमाने की बात है, कांग्रेस की सरकार थी कि वो थाईलैंड में मारे गए लोग थे जो तूफान में मारे गए थे. और अब तो मुझे ये भी लगता है जब से कैम्ब्रिज एनालिटिका ये कह रही है कि वो कास्ट लेवल पे डाटा करके डिवाइड कर रही थी, ये कांग्रेस
Let me ask you a question since you're speaking so much.
गुजरात था 2017.
There are two foreigners. They are not Indian. There are two foreigners who are making these claims.
I think their team,
I'm asking you. Yes.
Some sinister. They are foreigners on a larger scale. Because what Cambridge Analytica person is saying.
So then, foreigners are harming your democracy. Okay, let me ask. Can I ask you a question? What did Sharad Pawar say? And I'm sorry to bring this up, since you are such a trusting congressman.
I'm not a congressman.
No. Since you are a supporter of the Congress,
I am just.
Or the ideology.
Just
so answer me this question. Sharad Pawar raised a question mark over Sonia Gandhi's foreign origins. Would you say Sonia Gandhi, because she's a white person who has adopted Indian culture, was trying to divide India? I'm asking you this question today. How dare you? How dare you sound racist on this show? You're a racist, sir. You are behaving racistly.
No.
Sharad, you tell Sharad Pawar. Did not Sharad Pawar make that 1 minute? Mr. Jararia, this is an important point. You are saying foreigners are playing divide and rule. So then you tell me, do you agree with Sharad Pawar when he questioned Sonia Gandhi's foreign origins? There were several congressmen, sir, who questioned Sonia Gandhi's foreign origins. By that extension, sir, your logic would seem to suggest that Sonia Gandhi is some British in this country. Shocking, sir, today you have made the biggest politically incorrect faux pas tonight. No, Suresh Nakwa wants to come in on this point. Suresh Nakwa wants to come in on this point. Suresh Nakwa, tell me.
And even today,
I'm asking you, Suresh Nakwa.
And all foreigners cannot be like Sonia Gandhi also.
सारे गोरे चोर हैं.
Devashish is angry with the statement made in House of Commons because they don't have any MPs left in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So he doesn't has the sanctity, he doesn't know the sanctity of the statement made in the House of Commons. That statement is under oath. If it is proved wrong, he would be jailed.
Taking enough space in this country right
He
now.
would be jailed.
No, I want to, one second, let's bring some order to this debate. 1 minute. Let's bring some order.
Hey sir, you don't have any MPs.
A Congress supporter, no, 1 minute. A Congress supporter today says that we cannot trust foreigners because it's the same foreigners that divided us. By that extension, I'm coming back to you, sir. Would you then agree with Sharad Pawar, who casts doubts over the potential leadership qualities of Sonia Gandhi because of her foreign origins? नहीं, आप मुझे जवाब दीजिए.
मैं आपको जवाब दे रहा हूँ.
आप जवाब दीजिए.
Sonia Gandhi is a Indian bahu. She is not a foreigner. In Hindu religion, in India, when the bahu comes home,
and what about Indira Gandhi?
Sharad Pawar.
Was she bahu or beta?
Sharad Pawar is now
and what about Priyanka Gandhi?
Manmohan Singh.
जवाब दीजिए ना.
Dr. Trivedi wants to come in. No, Dr. Trivedi, you can't have two sets of. You see, you can't have two sets of principles. 1 minute. No, please, let me bring it.
There are good people. There are bad people.
Dr. Trivedi wants to come in. Dr. Trivedi, yes, बोलिए. Tell us.
I just want to ask question. If being the bahu of Gandhi family becomes most important as per Indian tradition for Sonia Gandhi, then what was the logic about Srimati Indira Gandhi, the bahu of Firoz Gandhi? Then the beti of Jawaharlal Nehru is more important. And Priyanka Gandhi is not considered bahu of Vadra family. She is considered the beti of Gandhi family. Gajab ka logic hai sahab aapka. Jaisa convenience, waisa logic. Kahin bahu important, kahin beti important.
There you go.
So where does it come into this debate?
It does, definitely so. I think he's made a point.
Facts.
No, you can't be playing. You see,
you
can't be playing.
You can't be playing.
You can't be playing with racial logic. In order to complain with Mister, you cannot be playing a racial card. I invoked foreign origin because the person has nothing to do with the BJP, the Congress, the Indian political scene. He's an independent journalist. वो बेचारा अपनी आमदनी कमाता है. He goes out there and does the job.
The thing is, आमदनी कमा रहा है. उसको ये सब बोलने से उसका पैसा कमाई हो रही है.
Honest आमदनी कमा रहा है, sir. He's earning an honest job.
And when you get an honest answer, why don't you accept it?
That's what he's doing.
पैसा देने वाले ये कह रहे हैं कि आमदनी हो रही है. जिसकी आमदनी हो रही थी उसको तो एक्सपोर्ट किया जा रहा है.
Well, I'll leave it to this. This is the first time that an individual has come out.
Shivshankar ji, can I ask you a question?
1 minute. The person who was investigating Cambridge Analytica speaks to Times Now. He's the individual in whose documentary Congress posters appeared in Alexander Nix office room. It raises some disturbing questions. He is now asking questions also of the Congress party to come out and explain whether they were doing business. We leave it at that. On the news up, this gets bigger. More voices come into this. Stay with us.